Welcome back. So we got a nanny, finally, after 6 weeks of trying to juggle homeschooling and working from home. And anyway, my wife has been working in the basement for like the last 6 or 7 weeks, and I just have not had the chance to really like put my head down. And my word of the year was focus. And this is God's way of being like,
good try.
But anyway, so we have the nanny in place now. She's going to finish up the school year with our kids and then be here through the summer with us, which is fantastic. And really looking forward to getting back into the like normal daily stuff. Hopefully my clients didn't experience too much of an interruption. I mean, obviously everyone did on some level, but I mean, I had 4 closings during the last 6 weeks. So anyway, it's been busy and spring is here and I have a ton of buyers that I'm working with right now. So I gotta really like help focus in on their searches and helping a couple of them sell and buy. And anyway, so, but anyway, today we're gonna we're gonna go by, we're gonna go by the accountant's office, and then we got a little sneak peek of the car world that I'm into and some of the things going on there. But anyway, so come along. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for coming back, checking it out. And as always, hit that subscribe button. You never know where or what we're going to be doing. Also, just a ton of phone calls and meetings and stuff today to try and get back into the groove of things. So here we go. Taxes dropped off, done. Well, sort of, kind of. By the way, get you an accountant with a Porsche. That's how I know I like this guy. We talk about Porsches for about half an hour, and then we talk about taxes for like 30 seconds. No, but in all seriousness, get you a good accountant, conservative, like not too crazy, but that will help build your wealth over time. I used to think I could do it on my own, an HR block and blah, blah, blah. No, this guy's good. I pay him very well to protect my money, make sure I'm legit and legal, but also just if I miss something. Anyway, he protects me big time. Okay, so before I show you my car, look at all of these insane cars. Oh my gosh. All right, so anyway, this is mine, 1986 911 3.2 Carrera. I am selling it and actually looking for another one, but these guys have it here to sell on consignment. So if you want, I'll leave a link in the description here. You can check that out, but just a quick walk around. Guards red, obviously black interior. And you know, I've had the car like 5.5 years now. It's got 152,000 miles on it. Red gauge is not stock. That was done before I bought it, actually. Obviously manual 5-speed. Everything works, everything's good. Probably should replace that at some point here, the sunroof seal, but I do have it and it's somewhere here in the car actually. But anyway, the original Fuchs, these have been polished. Normally these kind of came from the factory with the spokes painted and then this back section painted, and then you either had like a metallic finish to it, or this one, like I said, was polished before, but had a paint correction done on this car last Christmas, I think it was. But just a great example, obviously a driver's car. I mean, this thing is not Concours ready by any stretch of the imagination. But anyway, just a great car. I've loved it, had a ton of fun in it. It drives like a dream. Just put a ton of money into the transmission. To have that rebuilt and redone, because there were a couple synchronizers and stuff going out on it, and then I also lost the clutch, so had clutch put in it as well and resurfaced flywheel, yada yada yada. So anyway, super clean though, and that's it. So let me give you a little walk around of this place. These guys actually buy, sell, consign super exotic cars, obviously. This one though, beautiful. Turbo S, love that blue. Little Singer for you. Classic Ferrari, I mean, it's just insane. And what's great is you just never know when you walk through these doors, you know, what you're gonna find or see. I mean, it's just insane. So anyway, I'll leave their website here in the description. Check them out. Any of you feeling nostalgic for an NSX can make them an offer. All right, so if you want to hear the 4-year process to buy that car, 2 years to basically save for it and get the money together, and then another 2 years to actually find the car, because once I had the cash, you know, I was like, well, now I need a car. I did go on VinWiki though. I'll leave that link down in the description as well, and kind of told that story 8 or 9 minutes, I think, something like that. But anyway, I'll spare you the details. If you want to go check that out, you can check it out. But the brief version is I saved for about 2 years to find that car. And then I had all the money together because I, you know, had kind of figured out the market value of them. And then there were no cars. So I took another 2 years to find the car. And I finally found one in Nashville, actually on eBay. And so I bought it and drove up there and picked it up and everything. My brother went up with me and we towed it back and everything. Actually, kind of a cool story to hear. I thought I would dig into a little more though about like why I'm selling it, but also kind of what the next thing looks like. And just kind of a bittersweet time, I guess. So as you may be aware, that car doesn't have airbags. I have 2 young kids. They love riding in that car, just like around the neighborhood and stuff, nothing too crazy. But I'm looking for a 997 turbo right now. So that's like in 2005, mid 2000s to like 2012. So there were 2 versions. Basically the first gen was a 997.1. That was through 08 or 09, I think. And then 09, they picked up and did the .2, the 997.2. So either one of those, and a manual transmission is the first kind of criteria. Color, I don't really care about. I would love to have red for all obvious reasons. There's not many of them. Black, silver, and white seem to kind of be like the market. That's like 80% of the cars that I've seen. But I've been on the usual sites, Bring a Trailer, Rennlist, all the normal Porsche outlets. And I even have Evan, my guy there at Merit, working on finding me a 997 turbo in a manual transmission. And they're just really hard to come by. The .1 had a Tiptronic transmission. So not PDK, which came in the .2. And Tiptronic's not as desirable, not as many enthusiasts like them. But that's kind of what I'm looking for. So again, manual, doesn't really matter on color, interior, like good service to me is really more important than any of that stuff. And it could be 4, 5, 6 owners at this point, because 12, 13 years old, you know, for these cars at least, that's pretty common. So anyway, but I do want to be able to, you know, enjoy it with the kids, to be able to hop in it and like go somewhere for the weekend with them. They're actually super practical. And even my car now, you know, we've taken to the mountains, just me and my wife, and you know, 2 bags of luggage, and it's been fine. So anyway, that's kind of why I'm looking, but it's bittersweet because that was my dream car. Like as a kid, I had that poster up on my wall and just always lusted after kind of those like what's now vintage Porsche. I mean, I was an 80s baby, so mid 80s 911 was like the top. But now, after a couple of years of driving it and enjoying it and working on it, and I mean, I did most of my own oil changes and fuel filter changes, stuff like that, and documented all of that, of course. It's kind of now time to like move to the next thing. And again, I want my kids to be able to enjoy it with me. For us, all 4 of us, just to be able to hop in it and go somewhere and not have to worry about airbags and safety and everything else. And that's a really small car. You can't really get a good sense of it. But if you've ever seen a vintage Porsche, like 70s, 80s, 60s, they're small. They're like Mazda Miata small. So anyway, it's time to move on and get into a turbo, and that will check a lot of other boxes for me. I thought that was going to be like the last Porsche I ever owned, but I really want to experience a lot of other models within the brand, and the 997's a good mix between the new technology, the new power, the new everything really, and the kind of old school, smaller sports car feel that kind of goes along with that car. So anyway, that's my thought process behind it. But here's the big secret, and you can't tell anyone this, okay? I'm putting this on YouTube, but don't tell anyone. The 997 Turbo is the last manual turbo. So the 997.2, say a 2012, will be the last manual turbo that Porsche made. So the 991, the 2013 through today, all of the turbo models are going to be PDK. So double clutch, dual clutch for all you purists and perfectionists out there. But all of them dual clutch. So you can't go get a 2015 turbo with a manual transmission. So I believe that those cars are going to appreciate when the purists and when the aficionados, the real Porsche, the real Porsche files will appreciate that car more, and the drivers will appreciate that car more, and it will go up in value. So that's my thought process behind it. I don't know if I'm right or if I'm wrong. They could plummet. It would still be a lot of fun to drive. So anyway, there you go. That's why I'm selling my dream car.
Yeah.